Welcome to Look North. First tonight, the candid account of a young man who's told this programme how his childhood cries for help were ignored by one of our biggest local authorities, leaving him to be physically and sexually abused.
The law grants victims of abuse anonymity, but Andy Cannon from Wakefield has waived this right to tell his story. How he was left at the mercy of his adopted father and his partner, and how he feels his local council failed him. Our health correspondent Jamie Coulson has been talking to him.
When he got violent, it was nasty. When he went on to sexual abuse, after it happened, after around for about 6-7 months, I just shut off from it.
Andy Cannon is a young man struggling to come to terms with an appalling childhood. He says he was sexually and physically abused by his adopted father and his boyfriend, but that when he sought help from Wakefield Social Services, his complaints were ignored or not investigated properly.
When I'm turning around to social worker at the time saying, you know, my dad's abusing me. I mean, she used to come round to the house, I'd have finger marks all over my neck here, where he grabbed me by my throat and pinned me up against the wall. She'd come round and she never believed what was going off.
This is a report that was carried out by an independent expert in child welfare who was employed by Andy's solicitor. It's a review of all of his case notes between 1997 and 2004, and it claims there were 14 significant failings where his care fell below what you'd expect from a competent local authority. The report claims that social services failed to make detailed inquiries into allegations of serious past domestic violence by his adopted father in 2004 and failed to investigate allegations of sexual impropriety against his father's boyfriend on 2 occasions in June and August of 2004. David Greenwood is Andy's solicitor, who believes if some of the earlier complaints had been properly investigated, some of his later suffering might have been avoided.
The social work department at Wakefield Council have failed Andrew fairly seriously. The social worker supervising Andrew failed to spot risks to him, failed to heed his complaints.
In 2006, Andy's adopted father, David Cannon, and his boyfriend, John Scarf, were convicted of a range of sexual offences here at Sheffield Crown Court. They were sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, although both had claimed it had been a one-off offence. Neither of the men wanted to speak to BBC Look North. Wakefield Council say they're sorry about what happened to Andy and continue to support him. They want to make sure that in making the apology they deal with all the concerns he's raised. And they say that since this happened 8 years ago, they've transformed their systems and will continue to work with Andy to support him and learn from his experience.
I just wish they'd listened. I can't tell you how it feels. I don't know myself, but I just wish they'd listened. I wish that when I was telling them what was happening, someone had done something about it.
Andy was recently awarded £25,000 by Wakefield Council. He's now hoping to build a better future while still coming to terms with the past. Jamie Coulson, BBC Look North.